Morning everyone, Alex here from Performance Link. Thought we'd do a real quick video just to show how to remove one of these bolts. This is a rear hub front toe adjustment arm. These bolts are very tricky to remove. What we can do is put a little chisel in the front here to splay open these sections very slightly, and then what we're going to do is apply a bit of heat and shock the bolt out. And the reason we're going to do that is because these bolts have a very small set of marks on them, kind of like a wheel stud, that stop it from spinning inside the actual hub itself, just for safety reasons. But you know, a bit of heat, a few shocks and a small chisel, and you can normally get these out in situ. We prefer to do it, you know, with the hub off the bench, off the car, sorry, and on the bench in a press, but it can be done this way if needs be. So what we're going to do, apply a little bit of heat here just to each side of the hub, just being careful not to get the ball joint too hot. Sort of any flashing off you can see there is actually due to penetrating oil just heating up. So yeah, so what we're going to do is just heat this sort of left and right, just get it gently warm, enough so that we can break a bit of the corrosion around the bolt. And then we're going to undo the nut of the bolt so it's completely flush with the end, and then use a hammer to shock the bolt through. Yes, we can use a hammer. You do have to use them occasionally. So what we'll do is line it up, give it a few knocks. Sorry, the brake disc is loose on this one. That's it. So a couple of bangs and that's it. Now, we've seen people say about removing these, you know, you have to use a grinder and you've got to use an impact and what have you, but it's not required. These are your problem areas here, so you can see these little marks, and what actually happens is these get stuck inside the knuckle end there. If you try and remove them with try and remove them with an impact or a big breaker bar or anything like that, all you're going to do is mar the inside of the metal there. Not what we want to do. So like I say, a bit of heat, slight flaring and a bit of shock. So now what we're going to do is tap that through with a punch from the other side. And say sometimes these bolts can come through very easily. This one only took a couple of taps. Sometimes they can get, you know, more and more damaged and you have to put new ones in, but we'll make sure we put the part number in the description. So this is what we're going to do, keep knocking it through, and you can see all the corrosion that's happened inside there. Right, the bolt's out. Now what we need to do now is get our chisel again, flare this open, and then we can go from the top with the caliper removed and very gently tap the bolt through, tap the joint through. Once that's through, we can reinstall a new one with a bit of copper slip on there. Obviously it doesn't matter that we're using copper slip, simply because say the bolt will retain it in place. So like I say, chisel in the side there, you can see it's quite loose in the knuckle already, and then we're just going to give it a few taps over the top. Got to remove the caliper because otherwise you don't have the correct angle. Tap and out, and that's it. You've removed something that is seemingly impossible to remove, but with a few simple steps you can get it out quite easily. Like I say, it is nice to do them on the bench, but not always necessary. If you have access to a press, great, but this method works, you know, 99 times out of 100, and we don't really have too many problems with them. Okay guys, thanks very much for watching.